Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I begin, can you all tell me who this lovely woman is? Lady Gaga, that's right. We all can recognize her face, and she knows that. She knows that, and she would never say something like this. She doesn't need to identify herself in public or list all of her credentials. She has the confidence to say something like this. This is something we hear her say, something simple yet profound. Now, why do I bring up Lady Gaga? Well, besides being an incredibly successful artist, she's also a marketing genius. She's able to convey musical style through visual style. And that's a skill that Bose could really use at this point in time. So, on behalf of the marketing team, today I want to share with you our Lady Gaga strategy, if you will. How we can help Bose better connect to his audience by conveying musical style and great sound through visual style. So starting today, we're going to find a new vision for sound. Now, and we're going to do that by first looking at what we're doing right and what we can still do to compete against others in the industry. But then we really have to look at what we're not doing right in our current advertisements and how we can fix that. So, what are we doing right? Well, we're old. That's actually a great thing. We're turning 50 in a few years. We're an established company. And we're currently spending $100 million every year to research and develop great products. These are products that people can actually try out in over 100 retail stores around the country. So we actually have it pretty good compared to these guys. I haven't done the research, but I can pretty much bet that our brand recognition is much stronger than our competitors. Now, of course, there are some successful newcomers. It took a celebrity to make these so popular last year. But still, I would argue that people know Bose. And that's something we should really use to our advantage. So imagine my surprise when I arrived at this company earlier this month and discovered this ad. It looks like it's from the 1980s. And then I saw that it was published last month in Time magazine. Okay, so there are a few things that are good. Bose, the logo, has a nice perspective. It's looking down on the actual unit we're trying to sell. And then the unit brings us back up to the text. But that's where it stops. Then we're expected to read the advertisement. So is it an advertisement or is it an article? Let's call it an article. I don't know. Okay, but the point is, a person shouldn't have to read an advertisement. We go so far as to offer a 30-day risk-free trial and a $100 coupon. This is 2011. Free shipping, guarantees, low prices, these are standards for e-commerce. We don't need to do something that people did in the 90s. And plus, for an $1,100 unit, I don't think a $100 coupon will really make the difference. Now, it does target a certain audience very effectively. And that would be audiophiles, because it gets into a lot of technical details about what makes the unit sound so great. But ironically, it doesn't make any mention of what these audiophiles would be using the unit for, and that's music. In fact, we would all use this to listen to music, and that's something that's really missing. So let's find an element of music and put it in our advertisements. And of course, as I mentioned, there's just too much information. This kind of article will make a reader turn the page immediately. So, it's time that we let go of this marketing practice. I mean, after all, our slogan is better sound through research. Why not use that passion for research and create some great advertising? So, all we have to do is start by asking ourselves a few questions, like, how do people see sound? Take a second to think about that, but it's not trivial. Is it by text, how we're doing it right now, or do they want some exciting visual? And then when they actually go into the store and choose a system, what do they care about? Do they actually care about how much research went into the product, or just that, oh honey, it sounds good? And how can we use information available publicly about demographics and musical preferences? How can we use those to our advantage? For example, if we find that the New Yorker readers prefer classical music, but Rolling Stone readers prefer rock music, Let's create different ads. Let's target those different audiences. These are all things we can do to create great advertisements. But even then, we'd still need to change one more fundamental thing, and that is our slogan. It's a great slogan. It served us for many years. Better sound through research. But like that article I showed you, it's targeting too much toward audiophiles. Research. Let's capture the essence of this slogan and express it in more colloquial terms, something that everyone, anywhere, can understand. How about Bose, it's like you're there. The sound quality is so crystal clear, it's as if you're right there, in that concert hall, in that rock arena. So I asked the marketing team to whip up a few quick concept ads for you to look at, just to see where we can go with this. Bring the symphony into your living room, targeting people who like classical music. Oh, well then we get to the Rolling Stone ad. Bring the concert into your living room. Again, the possibilities are just endless. You can create a whole advertising campaign out of this simple new slogan. So to recap, we still are going to emphasize our quality. Quality products, quality sound. That still remains. We're not trying to change our company culture. Instead, we want to reach new audiences. That's really the main goal. Audiophiles already know who we are. We don't need to remind them every time. Let's adapt to reach larger audiences. Different ads for different people. And lastly, let's just keep it simple. No more articles. We don't need that. So, let's do what Lady Gaga would do. Let's have a little more confidence in the way we present ourselves. We don't always have to have our ads explain who we are from the very beginning. So, on behalf of the marketing team here at Bose, I appreciate your time, and I do hope you consider our rebranding strategy proposal. Thank you very much.